Hello, dear friends. We outsource the definition of reality to a small group of technocrats in nondescript offices whose names we will never know, who self-selected themselves to control the world, and whose interests differ from those of we the people. Opinion piece. The end of globalism. Globalization is not waking. This train is slowing down. Washington pundits' view. Movement against cryptocurrencies. The golden age of hydrogen begins. Elon Musk fears for his family's lives. Artificial intelligence raises ethical concerns. Estonia blocks Russian ships in the Gulf of Finland. Let's start. Apart from inflation and war, what worries current economic thinking is the apparent failure of what mainstream economic theory likes to call globalization. What mainstream economics means by globalization is the free expansion of trade and capital flows across borders, according to Michael Roberts. What they sought was to tear down tariff barriers, quotas and other trade restrictions, and allow multinationals to trade freely, offshoring their investments abroad to areas of cheap labor to increase profitability. A number of academics believe that the globalization of the economy has failed following the annual meeting of the Davos Forum on 16-20 January 2023. In quotes, this year's forum presented the new state of the divided and resentful world, said Gal Luft, director of the Washington-based Institute for the Analysis of Global Security. In his view, Davos doesn't represent the real concerns of the majority of the world's population. Bringing together business executives, thought leaders and leading politicians, the forum sought to become a global platform for spearheading globalists' ideas and resolving pressing economic and political dilemmas. However, some West commentators observed that the forum quickly morphed into an elitist technocratic club seeking to dictate rules for the rest of the world. End quotes. Globalization was based on the premise of broad acceptance of global institutions, norms, and rules, as well as a reasonably free flow of goods, money, and information, said Luft. In quotes again, each of which has been compromised in recent years, first with the US-China disengagement and second with the war in Europe. Instead, we have a global bifurcation into two camps, the collective West plus honorary members and everyone else, and the emergence of new institutions, alliances, financial instruments, trade blocs, and sets of priorities. In quotes again, there is no return to the post-World War II system. Moreover, we are seeing a massive repudiation of some of the institutions and individuals that have been most associated with globalization, the media, Davos, the entertainment industry, and so on. Deglobalization can also be seen along cultural fault lines. Western ideas, ethics and values are rejected by billions who see them as dangerous and destabilizing, continued the American academic. Russian independence does not fit into the ideal of world of Davos. The need to defeat Russia became the main motive of the meeting, with German Chancellor Olaf Scholz declaring that to end the conflict in Ukraine, the Russian special operations should fail, in quotes. The Chancellor called for intensified military aid to Ukraine, but stopped shot of confirming that Berlin would send its Leopard 2 main battle tanks to Kiev, something the Ukrainian regime, Poland, Finland, and the UK are urging it to do. The Transportation Security Administration seizes the passport of journalist Morgan McMichael, who criticized the Davos Forum. Rumors. This train is slowing down towards the station. Governments are collapsing all over the world. Banks are showing insolvency all over the world. I hear the Chinese elders are ready for this to take off. We are seeing many countries around the world in the Gisela process. I saw Charlie Ward with a gold tie and a handkerchief. I hope it's a sign. There would be a transition to the new dollar from 31st January, according to Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward said, in quotes, everything would be finished in January, and then retracted his statement. March 2023 is the target date for the currencies of the world's 209 major countries. It's a mistake. To be on gold and asset-backed standard and exchange at 1-1 ratio with each other, situation that is expected to last up to 5 years. A patriot working with the QFS team has verified that the new world currency would not only be backed by gold or precious metals, but also by diamonds, land, oil, etc. Solid, tangible assets. We won't need a bank, just a quantum firm, not cryptocurrency, but asset-backed electronic currency. According to David Harkness, the IMF didn't publish rates on 20th January 2023 for the currencies of Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. We can only wait and see what actually happens before 30th January 2023, when the UN is expected to publish the new rates for Vietnam and Indonesia at the same time. Currency war. The international currency war targets cryptocurrency for destruction, according to John Perez. This means that the Western financial system has just declared war against cryptocurrencies, just like it declared war against Russia. Preparations for the currency war, according to Mike Adams. Globalists make their financial move against cryptocurrencies with the removal of SWIFT platforms. Dollar-based ramps and exit ramps are destroyed to insulate cryptocurrencies. Mortgage lending banks lent billions to cryptocurrency giants. This means the contagion from the cryptocurrency collapse will spread to the housing market. Russia, Iran, and China will launch a stable gold-backed currency for international trade. Energy. The electrical power capacity of Tesla's ground harness was known in 1896. The golden age of hydrogen begins. Benjamin Fulford writes that the collapse of the famous corporation would allow us all to live like millionaires during the coming golden age of hydrogen. This would be the big story behind all the news about the debt ceiling. Japanese solar panel makers said they were forced to dump half the solar panels they produced as the price of the silicon they bought quintupled to keep solar energy from being competitive with oil. They have also done everything possible to prevent the use of hydrogen as a cheap, non-polluting, virtually limitless fuel. The point is that recent world events are the result of an international alliance aimed at liberating humankind. Rumors of war. Estonia blocks the Gulf of Finland for Russian ships. Russian ships have been using that route for hundreds of years. In fact, it is the only route to St. Petersburg Russia. This kind of restriction could provoke a major incident at sea, with the Russians responding militarily against any nation that tries to block their ships. Austria stresses the importance of the security zone around the Zaporizhzhia power plant. The IAEA establishes a permanent commission to Chernobyl. Ukrainian military stockpiles weapons in nuclear power plants according to Russian intelligence. Germany installs Patriot missiles on the Polish-Ukrainian border. Scandals. German bishop orders priests to accept homosexuality. Vatican investigates sex party. The Catholic Church is investigating allegations of a sex party that took place at St. Mary's Cathedral in Newcastle, while the rest of the UK was under lockdown, the Sunday Times reported. Las Vegas judge who worked to expose pedophile ring found dead. Elon Musk fears for his family's lives after exposing Twitter archives. In quotes, if they kidnap one of us, it will be the fastest $20 million anyone has ever made in their life, suggested the tycoon's father. Curious. Chinese geophysicists announced that the Earth's inner core has stopped spinning. Chicken farmers blame contaminated feed after hens stopped laying eggs. Artificial intelligence raises ethical issues. A new artificial intelligence tool is taking the tech world by storm. It is called ChatGPT, and it can do just about anything. Type in a request and ChatGPT can write school easy as one Twitter user asked it to do. ChatGPT can compose a song or even solve a maths problem in seconds. Modernization work on the Large Hadron Collider is completed. NASA unveils a new nuclear rocket that could reach Mars in just 45 days. Solar flares can help predict solar storms. Newly discovered asteroid 2023 BU will make a very close approach to Earth this Thursday. On 26 January, the 5-meter wide space rock will be just 3,500 kilometers above South America, inside the geosynchronous satellite belt. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.